What is up, everyone? It has been a long time since a lot of you have seen my face. And in the past year, I've graduated college from UConn. I've gotten my chartered market technician certification, and I've become a broker at the New York Stock Exchange. With all of that, I've taken a step away from everything related to Champion Vibe, as many of you know. But in the time, I've been working behind the scenes very closely, learning from some of the best experts in the industry to spend the last 9 months working on VibeBot, and we are very close to the full release. Right now, lifetime members to the premium Discord have beta access. I've also done a few giveaways on X as well. And at the end of this month, I'm going to be doing the full release. I'll also make like an official promo video. I'm going to start making content around the bot, showing off different tips and tricks and strategies, explanation tutorials and stuff like that. But before we do any of that, I actually just want to make a raw, uncut video to show you what this is, give you some more information instead of just random screenshots that you're seeing. And yes, it has been doing very well, patting myself on the back. So I have 3 things for today's video. I want to keep it short and sweet, get to the main points, and we'll discuss more in depth later on. The first thing I want to mention, though, you can see it right there. If you want to get access to this at the end of September, all you have to do is go to wap.com/championvibe and join the waitlist. Okay, so that waitlist will get you the access to the premium Discord when I open it back up, and the bot at no extra cost. I repeat, no extra cost. I'm not changing the price for right now to join the Discord because the bot's coming out. I want to do this as kind of a promo where at the same price as what you were getting for just the Discord, you're now also getting the bot. And the cool thing is, as long as you sign up for premium and you're a member of premium, you don't pay additionally for the bot as of right now. In the future, it's going to change. Premium is going to have a cost, the bot's going to have a cost, and there's going to be a cost to bundle the two. But right now, it's all one cost. All you have to do is join the waitlist, and at the end of September, premium Discord, a group of amazing traders, and the bot is yours as long as you stay signed up under premium. All right, so make sure you join that waitlist because this is really something innovative. I've seen and tested dozens of traders' bots, and I hate being egotistical or narcissistic. It's probably not the best word, but whatever. Nobody else's has come close to this. When you find me someone else who has something close to this, please let me know. I'm not saying that this is the best or most profitable bot in the world. The idea behind this is not to just create a trading bot for people to blindly follow without any education of the markets. No, this is a tool. This is a way to view the market. Think about it as a toolbox. There's 7 or 8 very unique tools in this toolbox that you can use at your own discretion. Any trades or risks you take are with your own brain. This bot is a separate piece of information that you can use as a goggle or a lens to view the market, which is really cool because this is not just about finding signals and whatnot. This is actually about understanding why price is moving the way it is and how you can benefit off of that. All right, so let's get into what is actually happening here. I'm looking at the most recent 5-minute SPX chart. There's nothing hidden here. I'm not just selecting the best moments. You are seeing everything. I'll go through a few different charts. And there's a lot of different pieces to this, all right? So you can just see that this can work on any time frame. It can work on any chart. This is Bitcoin right here. Currently, it's done a good job of catching that signal right there. And now let me explain what all these different parts of the bot are, okay? So let's first of all go over to the manual, and let's do a little bit of an explanation here. All right, so once you get access to the bot, you will receive this manual where you can also click on this blue link to view this video again whenever you want. I spent 9 months making this. If you're eligible for the bot, you have to get it through WAP or directly through me. You're not allowed to redistribute it. And once you have the bot and you get this manual document, you can also go to this separate document to actually understand and see the steps to add this onto your TradingView. You need to have a TradingView account to access it. It is completely free as well to get TradingView. So let's talk about VibeBot and what exactly is going on here. I've been waiting to show this to the world for so long. First of all, the signals, the most generic thing you're going to see is these red and green arrows. These I've made, and the whole entire bot I've made to look as simple as possible. I don't want a million different colors and lines and patterns on your chart. I want this to be very simple in terms of the UI. That's what the best companies in the world do. Take a look at Apple. They have amazing software, but the actual UI is so simple. That's the whole idea behind this. All right, now these signals, while they just look like one green or red arrow, you can see that there is hundreds and hundreds of, well, you can't actually see the code, but there are hundreds of lines of code behind this. These actually utilize things such as EMAs, MACD, RSI, VWAP, the actual trend. It has the ability to detect higher highs, lower highs, etc., and so much more. I'm not going to disclose everything for right now, okay? So these have seen amazing performance. I'm going to show you at the bottom of the document. I have some more information as to the current performance. Now we have the gap zones. So initially I was going to add fair value gaps to this, but from my testing over the last 8 months, I've seen better performance in terms of levels for rejecting or supporting based on regular gaps, believe it or not. And the more studying I've been doing, the more back testing I've been doing, I've found that regular gaps, although they are very popular and a lot of people look for gap fills and trades like that, they act as amazing levels of support and resistance, and I've included those automated for you. The darker the gap zone, typically the more gaps you've seen at that level. The lighter the gap zone, the more recent and the less gaps you've seen at that level. Number 3, footprints, all right? Looking at bullish and bearish volume is something very unique to this bot in terms of the fact of how I'm making it footprints, and looking at the market through volume is nothing new. It's over 100 years old. But we are actually able to see areas of bullish and bearish volume through these vertical lines. I have a very unique formula to detect that. Usually uses the last 20 to 30 bars, calculates the average of that, and then looks for areas where there's either more sellers or buyers coming onto the tape. The best way to utilize this is to have like a real-time data package via TradingView. In general, for the bot, the more real-time package you have, the better it's going to perform. But you can see here, bullish volume was coming in, got a nice uptrend. Bearish volume was coming in, got a downtrend. Bullish volume was coming in, got an uptrend. The one thing about this to note is it's very real-time, all right? This is something where if in these bars you're seeing the bullish footprint coming in, this is something that's actually more related to like these candles. So it was great that you got this uptrend, but this is a very real-time indicator. A current thing I've been seeing is some people like using these for like 20 to 30 bars after it was actually signaled. This is more about the next few bars after the volume comes in. Remember, volume is very real-time. It's changing very real-time. I'm sorry if you hear that background noise, but that is really what the footprints are based on. The next thing I've automated is previous day open, high, low, and close. These are very important popular levels that institutions and retail traders are watching. That's pretty straightforward. Remember, if you're using a white TradingView chart, you will not be able to see these unless you actually do this, where you can see over here, you can change the settings and the color schemes of everything. You can change the lines to black if you're using a white chart, or you can just darken the color of your chart to see them. So there you go. The next thing is support and resistance. I've also created my own unique formula to take a look at support and resistance and automate that for you guys. My whole entire idea with this bot is everything that's been in my brain that I've been teaching for the last 5 years. The most important 8 different ways I look at the market, I want to put into this bot. It's not perfect yet. No bot will ever be perfect, but every single year, every single month, I'm going to be working to make it closer and closer to actually how I view the market. And that's the really cool thing. So I don't have to be, making a bunch of content on what the updates on the market are. You could just get the bot and see it for yourself. So these are very straightforward support and resistance automated lines for you. The next thing I've also done is put yellow highlights on bars with unusual volume. Now, obviously, towards the open and the close, you're going to be seeing these either ways. I might actually put in a part of the code to not let it show from like 9:30 East to 10 o'clock East, or 3:30 p.m. East to 4 p.m. East, so it doesn't show in the first 30 and the last 30 minutes of the day. That's something I might include, but for right now, I'm keeping it on for any unusual volume that you're seeing coming into the market. This also helps to validate signals as well. Number 7, alongside those support and resistance lines, you see right over here, I've also created a new unique way of viewing support and resistance, which I'm labeling higher resistance and lower support. This does not necessarily mean if you get a higher resistance that's bullish or bearish, or the same thing for lower support. This is less of a direct signal and more of a way of understanding where the price action is currently heading. It's a very real-time way to look at buyers are breaking to a new level, sellers are dropping to a new level, and then you get a lower support, but then the buyers are actually stepping up and holding that support. More explanation on this later. Again, I'm trying to keep everything super simple for the release, and I'm really going to go more in depth on every single one of these 7 parts, main parts to the bot later on. All right. In terms of updates, really quickly, avoid chop zones. You can screenshot and read into this more if you want to. The 4 hours currently the least productive is probably the word I would use, the least productive time frame right now, because this was made on the 15-minute and the daily. The 5-minute, the 1 hour are also working amazing. But remember, the closer time frame you are viewing to what the bot was made on, the better it will perform. The one thing I really started off with the bot was making it for the 5 and 15-minute, but I wanted to work on all time frames. So then I went up to the daily and re-implemented the code to work on the daily. I still have yet to do that for the 4 hour, which means for any time frames that are not like the 5, 15-minute, 1 hour daily and weekly, like let's say the 30-minute or the 4-hour or the 2-day if you use that, what it's really doing to calculate signals there is just using conversion ratios, which means they're not as direct as they could be. That's just going to take some more time for me to fix, but really focusing on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour daily and weekly are probably the best 4 or 5 time frames. Anything in between or above that, I will increase their accuracy within the next coming months. Future updates in general, I want to fix the coloring schemes to be more user-friendly, avoid the overlap of indicators, potentially add fair value gaps in if they're showing me better backtesting results. I'm very, very strict on what results I want to see. I'm going to include a risk management system into this later on. Obviously, include the feedback from the beta. And maybe just like I was saying, I might take out the unusual volume for the first 30 and the last 30 minutes of the day. I might also put some sort of warning on the signals around lunchtime. This is really built to work on more liquid, high volume, high beta charts. High beta is, I'm really saying that for the fact that this was initially made off the S&P 500, but I've actually developed a lot of different code in to also let this work on really any chart. All right. Some additional warnings. Higher time frame signals that are relevant will outweigh lower time frame signals. So the 15-minute has more bias than a 5-minute time frame. But again, the daily, since it's not that relevant to the 15-minute, it shouldn't matter if the daily is a sell signal and you're seeing a buy on the 15. But just keep all time frames in mind. Don't just be looking at one time frame. That goes for trading in general. Second thing is wait for the candle close for confirmation. Sometimes 2 minutes into a 5-minute candle, you might be seeing a buy or a sell signal. Wait for that candle to close for confirmation, because actually if that signal reverses by the close, the bot has the ability to take out that signal. It just also wants to do a combination of showing you that a signal might appear in real time, but you have to wait for that candle close for confirmation. And if it doesn't actually confirm, even though it was showing the potential for that signal, it'll erase it before the candle close. Once the candle is closed and that signal is there, it will be on the chart forever. All right. Number 3, keep in mind, I already said that the volume clouds, the vertical, green and red zones are very real time. Even though you might see it on a 15-minute, it could play out in 30 seconds. Avoid signals in tight ranges. And then number 5, remember, none of this is certainty. If you have any questions, DM me on X @ChampionVibe. Now let's actually go to a fresh chart here. This is literally, this is not my premium trading. I wanted to just make a new free account so you can see what this looks like when you actually load it up. We're looking at the daily time frame on the SPY right now. You can see at this first high, it did a very good job of actually putting in this red signal, which led to a big drop. Again, it's not perfect. This green signal didn't work too well. I mean, I guess it would have worked for like a small cap the next morning, but that didn't work too well. Then there was no signals over here. And then very recently on September 3rd, there was a red signal. I actually shared this before the candle even closed at the lows of the day, saying, hey, there's a potential red signal at the close today. And we've seen a pretty big drop in the market right down to this zone over here. Like we actually dropped into this first zone, found some of the second zone, and then went down to this main zone over here. All right, so that's something interesting there. You can also see kind of vaguely these automated support and resistance lines being created. This is the daily time frame. Obviously, if we go to for the 5-minute, you can see some more stuff. All right, so on the 5-minute time frame, if it decides to load today, try that again. That's pretty strange. Let's give it a refresh here. All right, now we're on the 5-minute time frame, and you can see we're getting additional things showing up here. You have this HR, the higher resistance. You can see it kind of matched to this level over here. If we go over to the 15-minute time frame, you can see that lower support over there. Now I actually do have some things turned off here. So let's turn everything on. Again, you can fully customize these colors and what you want to show or not show to whatever you prefer. And here we can see that there were some unusual volumes on some of these candles over here that really helped lead the end of the downtrend. And then you can see that bullish volume was also coming in, which led to a small bounce here. Obviously, you had higher volume at the end of the day. If we scroll out, you can again see the performance. Really, really nice red signal right here. A little bit of, again, I said avoid the chop zones. All right, you can regard these chop signals when you leave the chop zone. For example, this red one, it could have been avoided, or it should have been avoided while you were still in this chop zone over here. But once you were actually breaking under it, then it could be utilized. So in future codes, I'm probably going to just take out any signals within a chop zone, most likely. But I just want to show off a couple of the other things here. A really good signal over here. Again, the more we're seeing movement in the market, this thing is crushing it. To really be honest with you, it's just the chop zones we're having a little bit of an issue currently. But yeah, if we also go over to the 5-minute time frame, like I said, if I were to, this is how you do it, by the way, change the background to black. you can now see that previous day open, high, low, and close. Right now we had a pretty rough red day on Friday, so you're not really testing it, but typically on days where you do test the previous day OHLC, we're seeing really, really good movements around those levels. All right, so those are different areas of the bot. Something I actually think is really interesting as well. If we go to a weekly time frame and we zoom out here, looks like I have some stuff there. Since the COVID crash, all right, I don't remember the exact stats. I actually put it up on X, but you can see that this put out actually right before the COVID crash. I mean, like, first of all, you had this this red volume signal appear on the weekly time frame, then a red signal right before the crash started, a green signal right around the bottom. And most of these signals, as you can see, so it's like a take profit after that green signal. Same thing, buy, take profit, buy, take profit, buy, take profit, sell signal, take profit, sell signal, take profit. You are seeing absolute madness. I have not found one other bot that is anything similar to this accuracy on the weekly time frame since the COVID crash. You can even see right over here that bearish volume came in. This bearish volume actually did not work out well. You can see the automated support and resistance beautifully. You can see that there was a gap zone created over here. Again, it's not going to show every single gap. I actually have formulas to develop which gap zones are more important than another. There was a gap zone created here. You first of all used it as resistance, and then you flipped it into support and had a huge rally off of that. And I think around like 85 to 87% of the time on the weekly time frame since the COVID crash, the bot has correctly anticipated the market, which is an amazing stat. So yeah, this is really just some of the intro stuff to the bot. I hope that this explains a lot more as to what it is doing. And for anyone that's using the bot, please DM me with any questions at ChampionVibe on X. Again, I've kept this up like the whole entire time. You've got to go to wap.com/ChampionVibe for access at the end of September. Have a great week, and thank you for watching this video and for being an amazing person using the VibeBot. Vibes in the chat. Where's the chat? I don't know. Goodbye.